Hello and welcome to Talon TV, where the topic of the day is Black History Month. I'm here with Liz. Introduce yourself for us, please.
Hey everybody, my name is Lisbeth Waweru. I'm from Kenya. I'm a graduate student here at UT Talon.
Yeah, perfect. It's a pleasure to have you today,
Thank
Liz.
you for having me, David.
Oh, I mean, it's like I said, it's a pleasure. And anytime, especially on a moment like today. So let's jump right into it. So, I'm Nigerian, you're Kenyan. We're talking about West Africa, East Africa. Tell me the difference between, I guess, your culture and my culture as well, and then we'll dive into some of the Black History Month stuff from there on.
Difference between my culture and yours?
Yeah, or how are they the same? What are the nuances? What are the beautiful things that you guys eat, do, and all that stuff, compared to Nigerian culture as well?
David, everything between your culture and mine is different.
Okay,
everything. Right. So I can pick out one or two things. I'll go a little bit into my history for that. My dad studied whatever he was doing. He's an aeronautical engineer, and he lived a long time in Seattle.
Very well.
And he lived here with my mom.
Okay.
So my siblings are they are Americanized,
right?
The older ones.
Right.
So I came 8 years later,
right,
after they had already moved back to Kenya, and I grew up Kenyan with the Kenyan culture in me. My siblings not so much. They had to juggle it. But then when it came to the point where they decided that I'm supposed to come here and do my master's.
Right.
Because African parents, they decide.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't stop at the bachelor's. You gotta get that PhD.
They tell
for sure.
you have to do something else, and whatever they say goes. So
right. That is
yeah.
Let that be known right there in culture, right there.
You do not have a say.
It's
their life.
You got to be the best of the best that you can be for sure. Yeah.
They're always pushing. So when they finally decided that I should come over to United States to do my master's, I was not so thrilled at the same time, because you're thinking, oh man, I've made a whole life for myself in Kenya and everything. Right. But then I had to quit my job and come over here. It was my family, my siblings are here, but still at the same time it's not that easy, because it's a whole new culture. Right. And I had the mean world syndrome. Everything that you see on TV, you're not so settled.
Yeah, it also kind of seems like the way that I hate it's the M word. It's the dreaded M word. But yeah, the media, the way that all that stuff is portrayed, it's kind of crazy. And even if I can backtrack here by a couple of months, with the whole administration saying the presidential administration saying that we're coming from asshole countries, that's kind of hurtful to say that because whenever these people come over, they're trying to make a better life for themselves. It's not that we're just gonna sit here and just do nothing. So tell me a little bit more about the impact, because I know for sure I'm super duper thankful, super duper grateful. I mean, beyond words that I can even think about right now. For everything that these trailblazers have done for us in the African American community, especially through the civil rights movement and everything that happened, all the way towards that moment.
And for all those people who went before us, people such like Rosa Parks.
Yeah, Rosa Parks,
and,
absolutely. Yes.
Even Martin Luther King, all those people who stood up for something. They basically created a whole new world for the African Americans who lived in the United States at the time. I remember reading somewhere almost 380,000 slaves came to the Virginia. 380,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So you can imagine it's a big shift.
Yeah.
My numbers could be wrong, but still.
And that's a whole
village.
Number of people. Yeah, multiple villages. Yeah, absolutely.
True.
And
so homes and families very well left in disarray. But when they came here, they decided after a while we need to make our life for ourselves and people who will come as well, and for the next generation. So I just sometimes you want to give thanks to those people who definitely went before us. And they opened the way for people like myself and David and all those other people in the university as well who have had the opportunity to come and study further their education, among other things.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal. I mean, so, and also I wanted to ask you as well. So talk about the transition, like sort of like what it was like, you know, to come from Kenya to a whole nother country, you know, that you weren't born in or anything like that. So tell me more about that exchange or that transition.
Well, for me, as a Kenyan, not a lot, but as a Kenyan living in the States,
Absolutely.
definitely everything.
Yeah.
It influences everything about me, about my life here in the United States, about my significant other, and on my family as well.
Explain that a little bit more about your significant other.
My husband.
Yes, your husband.
Yes, my husband. He's Tanzanian, but he's basically been raised in the United States.
Right.
So he's had to juggle learning his culture as well, maintaining his culture, as well as learning this new culture in the States.
And you know, I do find that a little difficult to maintain, you know, my culture here in the United States, because I mean, you're not every day do you get to go see Akin and Popo, you know, like a Nigerian movie or anything like that.
Though.
Yeah, they're absolutely hilarious.
Absolutely great actors.
They're funny. They're funny. Or even, you know, like walking around in the attire that I'm wearing right now on campus. You know, let's talk about the cuisine. Let's talk about the eatery.
Oh, I love eating.
Yes,
so that's good.
One of my favorite Kenyan dishes is please forgive me, but ugali.
Ugali is the right word.
Ugali is absolutely delicious. Ugali is the same thing as fufu.
It's almost the same thing as fufu. I think fufu you make it using cassava or something like that.
Absolutely, yes.
So,
like
but
yams.
ugali, it's cornmeal. So
cornmeal. Okay,
yeah.
okay. So for everyone who doesn't understand or doesn't know just quite yet, because you will know here in a second, fufu or ugali is a soup and I guess you would say like whole food based sort of
kind of carbohydrates.
Yeah, like a carb, like a nice carb. So the way you would eat it for Nigerians in fufu is you would take the pounded yam, add some hot water to it, and then sort of like literally stir it and pound it into sort of something that looks like, I guess you would say, mashed potatoes, but with a thicker texture.
Very thick.
Much thicker. As in, like, you would be able to grab it, you know, mold it in your hand, you know, put a little, like, dent in it. And then on the side, you have a soup that you put with it. So you can have vegetables, you know, chopped up onions, you know, you could have, what else in there, like tomatoes as well.
Some beef,
yeah, some sort of meat to come with it. Yeah, fish as well. So it's a really good, super duper delicious dish. You know, you can find it, you know, not everywhere, but if you can find someone like myself or Liz, you know, you could probably coerce us into making a batch up for you as well. Perfect. Well done. Well, Liz, once again, I have to thank you for swinging on by Talon TV. Once again, it was a pleasure, and you know, hopefully we won't have such a long break between us doing this again.
Hopefully not. And you look great.
Thank you. Hey guys, you know, this stuff, tired, can't go wrong. All right, see you next time on Talon TV.